So, hello and good morning. I am with our collective member of the week, Sev, and you've seen Sev's post this week. So, you know, her posts are actually really amazing, really inspiring. Get us all talking. You know, we've been talking about smudging. You know, we've been talking about manifesting. Sev's got a beautiful Etsy shop. So I'm going to make sure she's got her details and we can add her details to her Etsy shop as well, because that's what we want to do. So she's got some Palo Santo.
I'm smudging everyone who's watching. Absolutely.
But yeah, so she's got her Palo Santo and everything, and I'm going to get some Palo Santo from you anyway.
It smells divine.
And come and support your shop, because that's the beautifulest thing about, you know, being a collective member. It's about supporting, you know, the thing is about being a collective member is that everyone's an expert in their own right, and why not support experts? We had this chat before, didn't we? About supporting experts in their own right, and why not? Because that's what life is all about.
Do you know the word that's works for me now is
yes, yeah. Sisterhood, womanhood.
That supportive energy. You know, even if it's not every single day, you know, because we're all busy, we all run a business, but then as you come back on, it's like instant, and you know it's genuine, you know it's with love, you know it's with authenticity. And, you know, when you were talking, I just had sisterhood. I had to, you know, to interrupt your talk to mention that word, because it's so true.
It is. And it is, you know, and funnily enough, right, I'll let you guys know here now, the collective is going to become the collective womanhood. And it's just like, it's like, but, you know, it's so beautiful to, you know, to do something like this, because I truly believe that it's all about know, like, and trust. It's all about know, like, and trust, getting to know each other, getting to know Sev. Sev is so amazing at what she does, absolutely fantastic. And recently she closed down a group and everything to, you know, to take her amazing programs, her fantastic self, and set up like a new creative energy. New energy is always really good, isn't it? Shaking up energy. So tell us more about that. What made you come to that decision?
Oh, crikey. You know, something a little bit, yeah. I'm going to link it very beautifully to what you just said. It is new energy. You know, sometimes when you feel not stagnant, but, you know, when things just don't flow, you know, just life is flow. Yeah, you've got the flow of the seasons, the flows of the days, the flows of the week, the flows of the year, the flow of the tides, the rivers, and so on and so forth. Yeah, everything is flow. And then sometimes when we actually do something for a while, and then you actually notice that there's a bit of, you know, there's some boulders in a way, and then it just kind of doesn't flow as well. And you know, it is all about not being scared to change things a little bit, to have new energy, to incorporate that new energy in what you do. Yeah. And that is looking at it from a different perspective. Yeah, we had a little chat before coming on live, and it's like all about changing your lenses. If you don't like what you see, put a different color lenses on. You want to see pink, put pink on. It's all about perspective, and it's changing and really allowing that new energy coming in. And this is
absolutely. And you know, sometimes we have to do those things. You know, we grow, we evolve, we change, and life is ever changing, but sometimes we want to stop the changing. You know, we kind of like go, no, I don't want anything to change. Deborah says morning, by the way, as well. Yeah, sometimes we don't want to change, you know, because change is scary, and change makes us feel not safe. It makes us feel not safe. But those changes can have a huge impact on our lives.
We need to allow those changes to come in. you know, and then actually, you know, the quote, be scared and do it anyway. But then it's so true. Yeah. Take that first step. That's how the universe works. Yeah. You get those nudges, you get those thoughts that come in. And, you know, if you could not make them true, make them real, make them concrete, you would never have those thoughts. Yeah. I've never had a thought of being a doctor. I've never had a thought of being whatever else, because it's not in me, it's not in my soul blueprint. I only get those instincts, those thoughts, those nudges about the things that I can actually create and I can do, because that's how the universe works. But if we don't listen, or if we push it away, then you know that the universe has such a great way of like make sure that you move at some point. If you don't listen to the whispers, then it's going to come shouting at your face. And you know, it's embracing the changes. Nothing is written in stone. You can always change back. Pivoting is how a business grows, is how anything grows in life. Everything grows in life.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know, you made me just think then as well about sometimes, you know what, I lost it then. You know what I did? I had something flash into my head, and it kind of just went away. It went away on a cloud. If it's meant to be, it'll come back. But you know, that pivoting, those changes, they do make a difference in our lives and in very many various ways. And as you said, coming back to what you're saying, it does create new energy.
Yeah.
It creates a new field, a new sense of excitement, a new something. And it does, you know, it does connect. That's what I was thinking about. Trying the coat on for size sometimes as well. Yeah, trying the coat on for size. And sometimes trying the coat on for size can mean making decisions on something, and then you know whether the universe wants you to be there or not. And I think that is a massive, you know, a massive thing, is trying the coat on sometimes. Yeah, and then you know, don't you? You just know whether it is yes or whether it's no.
Your intuition is always there, and it's about, you know, channeling it and being open to listen to it. Yeah, we are energetic beings. We're not human beings. Yeah, I think my first post this week was like, if you look at yourself, you know, on a super duper microscope, you will see that everything actually vibrates, and we are made out of the same stuff of the universe. We are flipping stardust. And this is amazing, thinking that we are stardust. You know, those beautiful things that we gaze at. People's, you know, just commit their entire lifetime to learning. We are made of the same stuff. And connecting to this just really expands that connection with the universe, knowing that, well, it is already here. So we just need to grow that momentum, grow that awareness, and then it just becomes so much easier, and fear becomes less because we know that we can. Yeah, so it's like kind of a, you know, kind of game, isn't it?
It's almost like you know, when you mentioned fear just then, it's like you become used to the change. You become used to, it's okay to make those changes now. It's okay, you know. And if you've got a really great support network around you, and I think that's the main thing, is having that support network, that when you do make those changes, that you've got people behind you to, like, literally, who've got your back, that you can like just go and chat to them and just go and say, right, okay, I'm making this change right now, and I'm really scared. Can you give me some support or something, you know? Because change is always quite a scary thing. You know, you kind of think, well, if I make these changes, what's going to happen? And that's the thing, isn't it? It's the not knowing.
Yeah, the ego goes it's like, whoa, it's like complete field trip, isn't it? Whoa, but you're going to do this and you're going to do something different. And whoa, what have you seen the crudes? The
yes,
and the dad crude does it die, you know, and that's the ego. Yeah, so that's what I say all the time. And I say, if you don't know how your ego works, go and watch the crudes. Yeah, because it's an amazing animation. And the dad crude, you know, the way that he feels, everything's scary, everything's new, everything's different, everything he calls death, you know, and he put his hand, you know, on red paint over it. And you can't go there because he's scared. And that's how the ego works. And this is why we stay small. This is why we're scared of change. This is why we're scared of pivoting even. Yeah, pivoting is just like, you know, looking this way rather than just looking this way. It's literally just such a slight change. Yeah, but allowing ourselves to do it, you'll see something completely different this way. It's like, it's absolutely flipping amazing. But it's allowing yourself to look that way and see what else is there. And if we don't like it, we can turn the other way. Nothing stops us from doing that either.
Yeah, absolutely. And it just gives us a sense of that everything is okay.
Yeah.
So everything that we do is always on the right track.
Yeah, because
always on the right path.
Even if we don't see it right away, it always leads us to the next step we need to take. Always. Yeah, but we might not see the bigger vision. We might not see the whole staircase. We just see the next step, but we know we're going up to the next level. Yeah, it's just able to see that and take it.
Yeah, because it's almost like, you know, what I see is like different doors can be in front of you. Yeah. And you can choose any doors, but they're still going to the same direction.
Yeah.
They're still sometimes going, you know, in the same direction. You just got different ways that you can get to there.
Yeah.
And sometimes we feel like we don't have that. You know, sometimes we feel like we can't change those things, but if it doesn't feel right, and we were talking about feeling before we came on, if things don't feel right, and there is a difference between something not feeling right and our own resistance in a way. There is a difference between both, and when you know the difference, it's then easy to make then those decisions. I always say, like, surrender to everything. And you talk a lot about surrendering to everything. So tell people more about surrendering from, you know, like from your perspective, because we may have completely different I may explain it in a different way to what you explain it.
Okay, so surrendering. So to link it back to what I was saying before, the nudges, the feelings, the thoughts that we have about starting a business, about doing this or trying this, comes from somewhere, come from our soul blueprint. Yeah, so again, if you don't have the feelings about, I don't know, just being a gardener, then, you know, it's not within your soul blueprint. But following that nudges and actually thinking, you know, I'll give it a go. What's the worst that could happen? I'm going to learn a few lessons. I'm going to meet some great people. I'm going to create some amazing new relationship. And it's that releasing that resistance to it rather than, but it might not work. Boom, resistant, wall. Oh, but how am I going to get people? Boom, wall. But I don't know how to do this. Again, you know, all of these is resistance. But we have to actually just, you know, release all of this and said, well, actually, it's going to work. Something amazing is going to come from that. Then we open the gates to the rush of new momentum, new energy, success in whatever that means for us. But it's, you know, kind of letting go of those, you know, boulders behind the door that keeping it closed and just releasing that and say, okay, it will happen and it's meant to, and something beautiful is going to come out of that. Yeah,
oh, absolutely. that is fantastic. Tell us about, you know, your creations, what you're making, because I know you're making like quite a few things. So tell us about your creations.
Yeah, it's like Christmas at the minute for me. It's just amazing. I've felt really, so obviously all my hypnosis and my courses are gonna, you know, I've got I think 3 or 4 in my Etsy shop at the minute, and I'm in the process of uploading you know, a lot more. But I also feel called to actually reconnect to my own physical creativity. And of course I'm creative when I create my hypnosis and my courses, but I felt that I've wanted to do something again with my hands, if you see what I mean. So, you know, I'm a white witch. I've always have been. I grow my own herbs, I grow my own vegetables and fruit, and I always have done. And then I felt along my coaching journey that I've somehow dismissed that, and it's become a void. It's become something that's missing within me. So I'm reconnecting to that. And it feels like a little girl at Christmas, honestly. I've got like things being delivered every single day. And then, you know, so this weekend I'm creating brand new blends of smudge. Yeah, so we've been talking about Palo Santo and the sage, but you know, mixing that with frankincense, oh my god,
Oh, nice.
absolutely phenomenal. Adding a little bit of rose petals within it, so you're just bringing that feminine energy. You know, you are completely eliminating all those negative energies within, you know, that sacral sacral ceremonial ritual, if you see.
Love it.
It's just making different things like this, and I'm like, oh, that feels really lovely. Yeah, and I'm feeling called to create new moons and full moons bath rituals as well. Yeah, because releasing those energies as well to call in new momentum, to call in new goals, new desires. And so I've got so many things coming in, you know, so many. I've not been sleeping well this week because I've got like, you know, I was awake this more seriously, and then I'm like, oh, but what about this? It will be amazing, you know, and then I can attach, you know, that particular crystal within it because it really connects with, honestly, you just should see my head in the middle of the night, but it's really exciting because going back to where we were saying, it's a pivot, it's a change, it's embracing that new energy. And that actually expands every single part of your physical and energetic being by just allowing something, isn't it?
Absolutely. And I think, you know, sometimes we have to do these things just to like kind of move forward.
Yeah.
To move forward in life, you know, and to be able to make something new. And this is so beautiful as well. You know, coming back to what you're creating with, you know, with the new moon rituals and things. What type of crystals are you putting in?
For the new moon ritual, the full moon ritual, I'm going to put some amethyst into it. And I am drawn to work with raw crystals. Yeah, in their raw form, because I have a huge collection of crystals and most of them are polished. Yeah, but when you actually work with, you know, I've got a beautiful one on my desk here that I have all the time. And then when you work with, you know, the raw crystal, it hasn't been worked. It hasn't been, you know, polished and the word that comes to mind is aggressed. It hasn't been aggressed. So they are so much more powerful into our attention, so much more powerful with what, you know, we want to create with them. So this is the crystals, you know, in general that I'm being called to work with and, you know, to create things with. So they're going to be raw in their rawness, in what we are deep inside. Yeah. So it's that connection.
And that's beautiful because, you know, as you're creating these are going to, you know, like literally light up the senses.
Yeah.
And create something so magnificent. Yeah.
Yeah, it's giving someone else that gift of feeling that way as well. Because I know it, you know it. It feels phenomenal. That feeling of, oh, I feel so clean, as in, and I don't mean physical, I mean energetically clean.
Yeah.
Wow, it's like something completely different, isn't it?
So
it's giving someone else that gift. That feels amazing.
Absolutely. And, you know, even going through what you mentioned, because I know we need to wrap up now.
Yeah.
Just to end, what would you suggest to people who are not just starting out on their manifesting journey, because obviously there's a lot of people in here already on a manifesting journey, who already know about manifesting. What would you suggest for them to create more wealth in their life right now?
it's to reduce fear. And I mean by that also to clean your energy. Yeah, to clean your energy with regards to, most of us here work online. Yeah, so there are so many different things that happen online. The what we read, we take, what we see, you know, that's comparison and, you know, all those kind of things. And it's to clean that negative energy around that, because that creates that creates expansion, that creates your visibility, whereas you can see what you can attract. And again, linking back to what I was saying before, if you don't have those nudges, if you don't have those feelings, then, you know, that it's not for you. But if you do have them, it means that you can attract them, you can grab them, you can get them. Yeah. So
absolutely. I think that's so beautiful. I reckon, you know what, I just imagine then, you making like a pack, because I have crystals on my computer. So whenever I do like interviews or meetings or anything that's online, I have like crystals, like literally on my computer, like hematite, the selenite, and then, you know, and then other stuff on there as well. So whatever I need on there, it's my computer is like literally dotted with crystals. Because you tend to feel a lot better with them on there. You
do. I'm really sorry I have to leave it here.
No, we're gonna go now anyway. But anyway, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you everyone for joining. And yes, you're allowed to post for the rest of the day. You know this already.
Amazing.
So see you later, beautiful. See you later, everyone. Bye.